Good day, McVeigh, and happy Monday. How was everybody, boys and girls? How was your weekend? Hope you did something fun. Got some exercise. We're going to talk about some exercise today in our show. But let's start off with our morning birthday announcements. All right, so happy birthday today to Jessie Cruz in our third grade. Happy birthday, Jessie. And boys and girls, we have some super cool jokes for today. This one's coming from Alexis and Zoe. What does a frog say when he washes the windows? Check out the illustration. Let me cover up the answer. Very cool illustration. You see the frogs? They're washing the windows. I could use my windows washed for sure. Ready? Rub it. Rub it. Rub it. Get it? Rubbing? Yeah, when you wash the windows, you have to rub off the dirt. Okay. Next up, Bobby Macharsky. Bobby, I told you yours is coming. Why do spiders do so well in computer class? So here's Bobby's illustration. Very cute, Bobby. So take a look at this. How are you, Bobby? So there's the computer. See the spider? And the spider is smiling. That's a pretty good clue because they love the web. So the internet is called the web, boys and girls, if you didn't know that. And Graham originally was the one who gave us the joke about the snake, what the favorite subject the snake had. But Graham, look, he also illustrated it. He got us a beautiful illustration. Look at that. So it was history, remember? So that's the second illustration. Go, Graham. And then this one made me laugh as soon as I opened it. This one comes from Ashley Melendez in our third grade. And her joke is, why can't Cinderella play soccer? Where do you see this one? You ready? And she put some speech bubbles in there, too. Because she's always running away from the ball. Get it? So, thank you. I have lots more jokes, and there'll be plenty more coming. Please keep them coming. We have over 20 pages in our book now that are completed, and Miss Hoskin is working on that as well. So she has the jokes that aren't illustrated, and hopefully we can get those illustrated by all of you soon. Okay, so here are some jokes that need some illustrations. First one is coming from Gabriella Mastro Pietro in our kindergarten. So Gabriella says, what do you call a seagull that flies over the bay? Now this is one of those plays on words that we've seen. What do you call a seagull that flies over the bay? A bagel. Get it? Bagel. Not really a bagel, but you know. And then the next one, this one is coming from, I believe it's Diana and AJ. Yes. So Diana and AJ, so this is AJ from Miss Hanovich's class. What do you call a cow that swims? What do you call a cow that swims? Beef on a reef, of course. So a reef is actually something that you would find in the water, boys and girls. It's kind of, it could be a coral reef, it could be actually stones, but the cow would have to be underwater to get to the reef. So there you go. And we've got some cool inventions to share today. So the first one is, now I mentioned Dan once before. So Dan had created a very cool contraption with the paperclip and rubber band, but I got this from him as well. Take a look at this. So this, now he's organizing himself at home with Legos. So check that out. I love this because it's so colorful. And I don't know if it works. Dan will have to tell us, but this Lego in particular in the front has holes in it. I wonder if things can be put into those holes and hung. I don't know. And then Eleni Bontalakis. So not only did she invent something, but she wrote for me the steps on how to invent it for myself. So here are the steps that she wrote. And here is her invention. So what she invented was a bottle wrist holder. And when you have it finished, you can wear it on your wrist, or in this case, she shows it to me where she's got it over her shoulder, kind of like a purse. So I followed her instructions. And boys and girls, I made one of my own. So here it is. And I can do the same thing that she did. And what I did is I added sort of a bow to it, jazzed it up a little bit. But what I came to think about is that, you know, there are lots of things out there. This would be one of them. This is a sort of a wrist holder for a wallet. And certainly I've seen cases like that for a phone. I don't know what's out there for a water bottle, quite honestly. And I know that there aren't very many decorative ones. You could really have a good time making that fashion friendly. So, Eleni, you might be onto something there. And I know that it's very difficult for me to carry around my water bottle and all the other things I need to carry around, including my phone. So this might be a cool invention. I don't know if there's one out there. So we should definitely check that out. Good work, Eleni. And thank you for sending the directions on how to do it myself. All right. Now, so last week, we were in my living room on Monday. We're back there again today. This is the best place in my house, it turns out. You might notice the bear is still looking at me in the corner. I love bears. If you didn't know this, bears are the symbol of strength in Native American culture. And so I love bears because they remind me to be strong. And so you need to be getting strong too when you're at home. So one of the things I do sometimes when I'm at home and I can't get to the gym or something like that, or go for a ride, I'll do something called Tabata. Now I know you know what this is, but I'm going to show you how I do some Tabata. Maybe you can do this at home too, so you can continue to get strong and get stronger while you're at home. So Tabata is when you exercise for 20 seconds and rest for 10 seconds. So there are 3 different exercises that I do. One is squats, one is push-ups, and one is sit-ups. Now, you can do all the squats in a row, meaning I do squats for 20 seconds, rest, squats for 20 seconds, rest, squats for 20 seconds, rest, or I can do them one at a time. So squats, push-ups, sit-ups, squats, push-ups, sit-ups. You can change it up, but you should do 8 of each exercise. So if I do squats first, I can either do 8 in a row, 8, work, rest, or I can do squats, push-ups, sit-ups 8 different times. So when you squat, boys and girls, you ready? You should always squat so that your hips go back first, so that your body stays behind your toes. So when I squat, I keep my chest up and go down low. Let me show you from the side. So you're going to see when I get to the bottom, back. I don't want to squat with my toes out over, my knees out over my toes. So I do squats. I also do push-ups. The most important thing about push-ups is that you go all the way to the floor. So if you have to go from your knees, that's fine. If you have to put a pillow there and just go to the pillow first. But you don't want to do push-ups so that your belly hits the floor. You want your chest to hit the floor. So when I do my push-ups, I get into a plank. You've learned this with Miss O'Regan, Mr. Simone, Mr. Leonard. So when I do push-ups, I do my chest all the way to the floor and then push up. But if you need to go to your knees, that's fine. Whatever works for you. Okay. And then finally, I do sit-ups. So I like to use a mat for my sit-ups. When I do my sit-ups, I put my legs in front, and you can let your hands help to sit you up, but you always want your shoulders to touch behind you and your hands to go next to your feet. That's the whole sit-up. If you want to put your hands across your chest, you can do that too. But make sure you touch your hands next to your feet, because that little extra at the top is good for your abdominal muscles. So maybe you can do a little exercise. I've seen some of you out riding. I saw the Verdes ride by the other day. I know that Mrs. Huber and her daughter have been going out riding. But you need to get outside, do some exercise, get some fresh air, and stay strong too. Deal? All right, and now it's time for our mighty kind moment of the day. Dun dun dun, drum roll. Dun dun dun. Boys and girls, this says, you light up the world like nobody else. So true. And the person who wrote this decorated it with lights around the edges. So yeah, so each one of us, boys and girls, is different. But each one of us can light up the world. And when we do, because we're different, we light it up like nobody else. So it's our responsibility every day to do something to light up the world, to bring happiness to other people. So what can you do today? Anything. We've talked about this, being kind, but being kind is different than lighting up the world. Being kind is when your brother or sister wants to use your toys or whatever. It could mean just giving it to them. But lighting up the world is really looking for a way to make a difference. What can you do? Maybe you can invent something. Here's the thing, boys and girls. Right now, in our world, lots of people are looking to find cures and things like that. Maybe it's going to be you someday, finding a cure for a disease or inventing something really important. That's another way to light up the world. But you got to keep your mind moving to do that. So, let's see how you can light up the world like nobody else today. And, boys and girls, I will see you tomorrow on our morning announcements. But until then, every day, including today, is a great day to get smart and be kind to both each other and the earth. And I know you can do it because you're a mighty mind. And not only that, you're a mighty kind-minded mind. Let's have a wonderful day.